So this cutie Denzel came all the way from London to work on a bunch of different projects with me. So stoked about him. And in this episode, I'm actually working on one half of a pull-apart rug, and Denzel's gonna finish by putting something inside that gal's face. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. So before I start sketching out my idea, let's recap what happened last episode. Denzel made the outside of the pull-apart rug, I put something on the inside, and then I made that pull-apart to have Denzel put something on the inside of that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the outside of the rug, and Denzel's going to decide what reveals when we pull it apart. I thought it'd be cool to do a face, so I got my first ugly sketch out of the way and moved on to kind of the idea of how it will pull apart and kind of different angles of that face. Got the concept sketched out, and I wanted to see what Denzel thought. So, kind of my thoughts. Have someone kind of looking off to the side a little bit, or straight on. These are the different ways I can have them slide off. Either like straight down the middle.
I kind of like this one.
I like the idea of like the face just like being able to pull off.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll have like strings like that.
I do kind of like that angle as well.
I feel like this angle gives you more room. Let's say you wanted to do, right, so here's the face, the hair, and this is like your empty space. If you wanted to do like something exploding out of it, you'd have to unpick my work, right? But this way, like,
yeah, if you just leave this space open,
you get this, you know, you get.
It would have to be like looking into that, almost like a world inside it or whatever's inside it.
Right.
Whereas with that one, I guess it's something could come out.
I am gonna do this then. I'm gonna draw both these up. Cool. So I got those illustrated up on Photoshop and then kind of tested to see what they'd look like to get pulled apart, and I ended up liking that bottom right one best. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I sketched out onto the cloth, Denzel kind of started working on what he was gonna put on the inside and disappeared. Let's go see what he's up to.
Okay, so with collaborations, I think the beauty of it is, depending on who you're collaborating with, like a really good one is when you allow each other to express their own creativity without like putting your stamp on it. Because a lot of time people will want to collab, but then they'll really just want you to do their idea or to take part in their idea. But I think that if it's your idea or my idea, then what was the point in bringing someone else into it? You know what I mean? That's not really a collaboration, that's a commission. Whereas like I feel like a collaboration is, I have a unique perspective and, you know, art form and inspirations, and then I bring those to the table, and then you bring all of yours to the table, and then we see where the intersection is, and then we come up with something brand new that neither of us would have come up with independently of each other. And I think that's the beauty of collaboration. It's not so much, you know, let's just get together and do something cool. It's how can we come up with something that neither of us could have come up with on our own, you know? And I think that's what happened with the last collaboration as well. I think that's why it went so well, is because we didn't step on each other's toes and we came up with something that neither of us probably would have just come up with completely independently of each other. So yeah, I think collaboration, especially with generating new ideas, is, you know, it's great.
Something magical I think also happens when you like collab in the same space. We were able to come up with some rad ideas to push this pull-apart rug even further, and also I think like you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, so it's like important who you surround yourself with. So just being around Denzel, I picked up, you know, a lot of his like mannerisms, but also look at his rug right here. It's so much cleaner compared to mine because after he tufts, he picks out the little scraps each and every time. And that was a mess, but I actually started doing that myself, kind of just subconsciously because I saw him doing it so much. So now I can't wait for Denzel's want for success, creativity, and happiness to rub off me. That'll be fun. So once I got this outside of the girl's face all done, it was Denzel's turn, but he was busy doing the work to get his knitwear all posted up on his shop, which he sold out almost immediately. But I'm sure he'll be doing more drops, so you can go check him out on Instagram, CurrieGOAT. Same thing as his YouTube. But with him all done with that, he started working on the inside of the gal's face. Got that all tufted up. Then glue down the back of the rug to hold it in place. And with that all glued up and dried, it was going to be my turn to do the girl's face. But before I do that, pass me something to say. So my sweetheart dad is super hard to shop for. He either says he wants nothing or happy kids. I already got him nothing, and so I'm going to give him the gift of happy kids. So first thing I had to do was toggle this image so that we could be sad, and happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, perfect. Next, I'm heading over to squarespace.com/Shmoxd so I can get started on a website and make these happy kids last forever. So I just need one page, so I picked the template that matches and started off with that. And from there, I just wanted to make a little title. We're going to do Merry Christmas, Dad. He's going to love it. With that all done, there's a little intro here on the side telling you what you can do to get started with the last thing you do to subscribe. And I'm just going to start here editing about. First thing I'm going to do is change that image. I want to make a gallery, and I want the big gallery. That one will do. Click that, and you got to edit those images. Let's delete all those ones and add in my own. Got the two of me, the happy family, sad family, so I can toggle. And I want to make that bigger. So I come over here to the side, and let's do a full. And I can set it to a time duration so that like after 1 second it will just change. But actually I think I want to do like a little clicking action, so they click it. So I added some arrows to click it. Bing bong. There you go. Now you can live forever. So next is to subscribe. I gotta pick a plan that works best for me. And then the last thing is remember the promo code Shmoxd, SHMOXD, to get 10% off that first purchase. And there we go. I got myself my dad's Christmas present. Happy kids. It's gonna live online forever. So getting a gift for that stubborn person super easy, making a website even easier. You guys can actually go to the link in my description, www.squarespace.com/Shmoxd, to start making that website for free today. And then again, when you do decide to launch it or buy a domain, whatever, your first purchase, you get 10% off using the coupon code Shmoxd. So cool. So first thing I did was I used the projector to get the image to the same size as the one that was already tufted. So turn off them lights. Got some of the lights on so you can see what I'm doing. And got it to size. And with that to size, I was going to be able to use my spare frame to then do the girl's face. So I made sure it fit right. Then I just moved that spare frame into place. Made sure that it was the same distance from the projector to the old screen or the old frame. And I just traced it on out. Good job tracing. You're doing such a good job tracing it out, bud. I also marked down some of like the highlights and lowlights on the face to hopefully help me out in the future with the shading. Got the lights on. And oiled that gun up because it had been used quite a bit. And got it to the right speed. And we're good to go. So I start out with the lines. I think Denzel does the opposite actually. I think he does the colors first and then the lines. So just interesting. I wonder why. I'll have to ask him. To me it feels like I'm kind of just like making a coloring type book. So like doing all the outlines first and then just filling it in with color. And then I added in some of the shading. With that I cut it out. I don't know why, but the scene reminds me of like the cartoon Grinch. You know, when he's cutting out his Santa suit. Bonk. And walked away with my all heather gray sweatsuit. And now all I need to do is clean up all the rugs. I'm going to clean them up. Then I have this rad backing. It's like checkerboard that I'm going to put on the back. And figure out how to make them pull apart. And that'll come out next episode at the end of next month. Alright, so be sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. And yeah, if you want to be a Shmoody Pie and get your name on my video here at the end, just go to my website.